It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And the Merman, who thought he was working, but turns out he isn't. So I guess we're going to get his undivided attention tonight.
Oh, let's not go that far.
Okay.
I am
slightly divided.
As Mike Reno would say, I am working for the weekend.
I hear that everybody's working for the weekend.
I've also heard that. I also heard, just like Donna Summer, he works hard for his money.
Does he?
Well,
He works hard for it, honey.
Does he work hard for his money? So, you better treat him right.
That's right.
And that was today's music trivia.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Oh, baby. Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and give us some money by joining the Film Rage community. And our membership is at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. But if you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible, terrible film. And you know what? We'll do it because we're whores. Movie whores. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, Canyon Meadows Cinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5, $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
It's because I've got ice. Ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Baby.
Baby.
Baby. We went to see a movie in the cinema. In fact, we saw two. And I don't know if it's like January or February, but pickings are kind of getting slim again. I don't know about you. But we get two movies. Although, we'll have to talk about how slim these pickings were. Again, another music reference there for those who are listening.
Slim pickings is good.
That's right. So what did we see?
When pickings are slim, though, it's not good.
It's true. They're not. And for everybody who didn't know, we are now officially, if our sound sounds different today, it's not that we bought a reverb. It's we're in the brand new Film Rage Studios.
Yep.
New and improved. And it's so cool in here.
Isn't it?
Where we would, Murray and I would pass out.
We would be sweating if
from
we were
heat
in the
exhaustion in the old Film Rage Studios.
Yeah, the old Film Rage Studios is probably about 45
degrees right now.
Yeah.
We used to have to record in our underwear.
Yeah.
And that was on a good day.
It'd be in the hundreds Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And now it's like...
Quite pleasant.
I think like 18 Celsius in here.
It's quite pleasant.
Which is something less than 80 Fahrenheit.
Sure.
Okay. So we saw Invitation.
I think it's the Invitation.
The Invitation.
The Invitation. The Invitation, yeah, which is it's a vampire movie.
Surprise.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Usually that would make it meh or worse.
Yep.
But this film had some tremendous cinematography and atmosphere, as well as a decent performance from the lead, Natalie Emmanuel. I'd like to see her in more things. She was actually good. It also had a lot of nonsensical dialogue, along with the story that devolves as the film rolls on. It did, however, had an old lady dropping an F-bomb, and the scene where the maid gets her throat slashed, although, you could have seen that in the trailer. You
did see that.
Remember the trailer? The trailer was pretty good, and it was, like a minute and a half long. That was a good length. That was a really good length for this. And really, the trailer told the whole story anyways, so just watch the trailer. The film, on the other hand, was pretty to look at, but lacked any semblance of a cohesive vision. It was a mess. It was a rage.
Oh, you know what? Ditto. No. Okay, so funny how we really didn't talk much about this film, but in my opinion, if you really want a vision of what this story is, it's Ella Enchanted did 50 Shades of Scooby-Doo after leaving Disney to go to London, and then she sucked. And Bryce, I do remember the trailer.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first time we saw the trailer? And do you remember what we said?
What did we say, Jim?
We said we have now seen the movie.
Yes, we did. And we were correct.
But now...
But it was actually better when it was a minute and a half.
But now we can say finally that we got to see the director's cut of the trailer.
Yeah, director's
This is like the director's cut of the trailer.
Yeah.
It's
super extended.
It's the super extended director's cut of the trailer of The Invitation.
It's like the 40-hour version of Lord of the Rings.
Yes, exactly, with so many endings. So, no surprise, vampire film did what they do best. Suck hard. Or as we say in Film Rage, this was rage hard. And I got a lot of unpacking to do, but I just wanted to get that out there. And the Murray so you were lucky enough. He loves vampire movies. In fact,
get ready for a giant mondo.
In fact, I would go as far to say that vampire movies is Murray's favorite genre.
How much did you love this movie, Murr?
Well, as Bryce said, spoiler alert, this is a vampire movie.
Totes.
Not just a vampire movie. It was a freaking Dracula movie. All they were missing was actually calling the guy Prince Vlad.
Yeah.
Every other character from Bram Stoker's Dracula was in this damn movie.
Yeah.
Which I got really aggravated at. Basically, the more it was unpacked.
Yep.
And the biggest problem I had, besides seeing Alfred the Butler from TV's Gotham in there, I was waiting for Batman to show up. Was the Harkers. Jonathan Harker and Mina Harker, two major characters from Bram Stoker's Dracula, reduced to this 2-minute scene, and I did not enjoy that at all.
Of course you didn't.
Yeah, this was boring for the first hour.
That's the word I forgot.
Hour.
Boring.
The first hour.
Yes, there was a lot of
boring. Hour and 45 minutes, an hour, nothing happened. You know who the biggest star in this film was? A supporting character from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't care.
She was the biggest name in the whole cast.
Don't know
and that's not a good sign
care.
When you have to rely on somebody who had 3 lines every episode of the biggest show on HBO to carry a whole movie. It just
She was good though.
She was okay. I
liked her
for what it was.
I kind of wish there was less of her.
The vampire dude was
I kind of like
lame.
the minute and a half trailer.
I mean, to me, the best character out of all of them was one of the brides. That tall, scary one.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
She was just mean.
Victoria.
I enjoyed her.
Scary.
I enjoyed her.
Yeah, she was scary.
No, this was a Mondo. Or this was an opposite of a Mondo. This was absolutely a rage.
Nice.
And I'm going to add, this is probably the worst vampire movie I've seen since Twilight.
Oh no, Twilight's really good.
Okay, so we do have to unpack a few things. So Murray, the first question I have is, because Murray being the resident expert in vampires.
I like my vampires sparkly.
I like my vampires dead.
I like them actually killing people.
I like them killing and dead.
Yes.
Yeah. Can vampires get a boner?
That's an interesting question.
Isn't it?
I honestly don't know. I mean, they have to basically suck blood to live, so I guess after they fed on something,
they
maybe.
got.
Is it maybe rigor mortis in their penis?
I don't know.
It's not like blood should be flowing through them. It's sustaining them, right?
Right. So, like, do you think he maybe has a vampire dick pump? Because there was some sex action. Yeah. And how did she not know a super cold dick she was having sex? I mean, I don't know. Listeners out there, if you've had sex with a really cold dick that was maybe in the freezer and then you had sex with it, would you not know that it was maybe dead?
Yeah, sometimes people have
different things they like. I mean, cool. Literally cool. But that surprised me.
Yeah.
So that was one.
Okay. I hope it gets better.
It might. Okay, so the basement wine find. Okay, can we talk about the basement wine find for a second? Okay. So here's a rule that I like to apply to any movie where they have a basement that has a gate lock on it. If someone tells you to go down into a basement to find wine with a gate lock on it, first off, don't go.
Okay.
Second of all, should they not have told you where the wine is in the basement? Like, you're going into a wine cellar, and when they say, oh, yeah, by the way, can you pick out the wine that Prince Dickwad says he wants for the party? They say, well, it's in the 5th row, 17 casts down. It's there. But no, let's go down in there, and then they magically find a bottle of wine that they have to stick their hand in. That they have to stick their hand in. And these aren't labeled. Like, come on. Did that not annoy anybody else?
I didn't care at that point.
It was just like, come on.
I didn't know it was going to happen when they got down there.
Yes. As soon as you saw there was a gate that locked, that you going in the basement, you know someone's going to die. This is not a surprise.
No.
Well, okay, here's another question I have.
Nice, I like it.
So at the beginning of the movie, when she shows up, there's like 6 different maids, and they all have numbers on their aprons.
Yes.
So this guy's been alive for like thousands of years. They throw all kinds of parties, and it seems like every one of them, they basically feed off and kill the servants.
Yep.
Who the hell is going to take a job there?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that. You were brought in from Cockney.
There would actually be a rumor. They would probably hear rumors.
Nobody, the whole town protects them.
This was Carfax Abbey, which again, Bram Stoker reference.
Yep.
But yeah, you think they would known that? Okay, like my best friend's roommate did a job there, never came back.
Never came back.
Yeah, people are dumb.
Yeah. Well, think about this, Murray.
Really
if someone paid you 3 times as much money to be a security guard in the middle of nowhere doing nothing, would you do it?
Maybe not, depending on what's there.
And yet you do that now.
No, that's not quite true.
In a farmer's field where you could be murdered.
Yes, but there's a porta potty.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the difference. There was no porta potty in this movie. Okay, and the last thing that I think we should probably unpack with this before Bryce falls asleep was the dialogue.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I really like Murray's one word that he picked that I think we could all agree described this movie was boring.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And on that note, let's end this thing, because you know what? It really did suck.
Yes, it did.
But...
Almost forgot.
I love the sound of that. Now, we being Bryce and I, not Murray,
yes,
got to see 3,000 Years of Longing. Now, aside from Korean horror films and international dramas, my favorite genre is fantasy. This brings visuals and storytelling to life through the genius of 2 mesmerizingly brilliant actors. I don't know what I was more in love with, Watching Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton telling stories and talking together for almost 2 hours, or the beautifully written fantasy love story that George Miller spun. What a departure, making this extravaganza of visual brilliance compared to the extravaganza visual brilliance of Mad Max. Kind of seems like he's got something with visual brilliance here, but I'm not saying for sure. Will he ever cease to stop amazing me? I don't know. This film flows over you like sitting in bed as a child, having your parents tuck you in as they read you folk tales of the past. Every single frame of this was phantasmagorical, and I never wanted it to end, and I still don't. This film is original in its setting, being Turkey. We don't see very many films shot in Turkey, at least ones that they speak English, and has a style unto itself. With the genius of these two main characters in this film, each story of woe that creates a longing for one for 3,000 years and sparks a longing which is a long time dead, will have you retelling this tale in your head for years to come. This film was Tilda versus Idris Mondo. I loved every frame of this.
All 3,000 years of it?
All three. I wish it could have lasted 3,000 years.
That would have been cool.
Yep.
Yeah. George Miller is, he's almost 80 now.
What?
And he continues to make jaw-dropping original films that, let's face it, only he can make.
Yeah.
With 3,000 Years of Longing, we get Miller teaming with Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba. And if you think that sounds like a can't-miss combination, you'd be right. The chemistry between Swinton and Elba is undeniable. It's also undeniable that Miller has made a thought-provoking story that combines fantasy and an offbeat romance, all while teaching us that there just may be hope for better times ahead. It is a masterfully made piece of cinema. It is Mondo.
So, and I know for you, you are not a fan of fantasy as a genre.
I'm not.
So, tell me a little bit about your experience with that. Because as I was watching this brought me back to memories of my childhood, the first time seeing The Wizard of Oz. Like, I know it's not like that. The film isn't like that. But the visuals of this film
the visuals,
are so brilliant.
The visuals are brilliant, but the fantasy is not what does it for me in this film. It's just it's watching two actors that are so good at what they do, just showing the world that they're two of the best actors in the world. I wouldn't usually say that about Idris Elba. I like him a lot. He upped his game, and I think you have to when you're sharing screen time exclusively, basically with Tilda Swinton the whole time. You better up your game, and he did. And just watching those two interact was worth the price of admission alone.
Yes, well, this is.
And I have to watch it again.
Yeah, well, I have to own this. Is what I have to do. I have to own this film because this will go in with fantasy films of my favorite, like Amelie or
Amelie was also excellent.
Princess Bride. No,
I
that's
love
not what I'm
fantasy
saying.
when it's really good,
right? But
there's a lot of fantasy that does not do it. For me.
I know. But that's what I'm saying is that this film,
a lot of movies that just don't do it for me. So if it's done well,
of course, same as me. I got a lot I don't like. There's a reason we're called Film Rage. There's
so many films where I look at it, I was like, well, I'm gonna hate this because it doesn't interest me at all. But it's odd that when something's done really, really well, even if it isn't really up my alley. If it's done well, I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate this film.
This film is so good. And, even the CGI in it, to be quite honest, it's CGI, but it seemed natural because of the way he set the lighting, I think.
Yeah, no, he's very good at what he does. As far as CGI goes, Miller's up there with the best of them.
Yeah.
He's got a he's got a vision. Like he goes into
he's 80. What?
He's 77. He's almost 80.
Oh, okay. Because we're still supposed to be getting Mad Max 2.
Yeah. No, it's
Fury
crazy.
Road,
I mean, just imagine.
Fury Road 2.
What are you going to be doing when you're 77?
I'm going to be doing this podcast probably.
There you go.
I'll still be as bitchy and angry as I am now.
So there you are.
Yeah, no. I think everybody who enjoys a good spunning of a yarn will enjoy this story. Like, it is really
excellent.
a storytelling story.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's a bunch of stories
There's a bunch
within
of
the
stories
story.
within the story, yes.
And it is really...
So much story.
It's so much story. 3,000 years of longing, Murray. That's what we got.
It was so good, Murray.
And now I'm longing to see it again.
Murray, you should go watch it.
You should.
Go watch it right now.
It could be 3,000 years of orgasms. I still wouldn't see it.
He did say that to me.
I don't care who's in it. I could have all of my favorite actors all in one movie, and it's still 3,000 years of anything is too long.
It's never long enough.
And just reading about it, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not my kind of movie.
Yeah.
Like
Murray's poo-pooing the whole
the
fantasy genre.
A lot of the fantasy movies are just way too out there for me.
Yeah. He likes things...
Grounded on Earth.
That's right. Shooting up cars and stuff.
Exactly. Car chases and fight scenes. That's me.
Nice.
All right, then. So that was in the cinema, apparently.
That's all we saw in cinema. Everything else we'd seen.
That's not correct.
What?
We did see something else.
We did.
Two of us, anyway.
We did?
Wasn't on the agenda.
What? Oh, is that what you're talking about?
We saw
I think Bryce saw this too.
Idris
oh, no, maybe
Elba's
not.
other movie.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
One which I think should take him off our list.
Oh.
Based
Just
on
saying.
how bad it is, but if Bryce didn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't. What list is he on?
He's on Mesmerizing.
Mesmerized. I
He's
just
on
checked
Mesmerizing.
5 minutes ago.
So he wasn't mesmerizing?
He was mesmerizing in it, but you know, it could have been the worst movie Murray ever saw. So that
it
would
was
be
pretty darn close. Yeah, it was called Beast.
yes.
And basically it was Cujo in South Africa.
Except
with
instead
this-
of Cujo, it's a big
A
lion.
rogue killer lion who basically likes to kill people, which I guess lions don't normally do.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, it really wasn't. These are probably the stupidest people I've ever seen on screen.
What?
Collectively.
Like, collectively, they did the stupidest things ever in a movie.
I gotta admit,
And like, it just got worse as it went on.
But you know-
I was cheering for the lion to eat them all.
that was the fun part, though, Murray. Us watching this together and going, man, that was stupid.
Oh, it was terrible. And yeah, I don't even know if he was that mesmerizing at it. I mean,
He was still
I don't know if
mesmerizing.
it was even the best thing in the movie. That South African dude was better than
I
He was
really
good.
like him.
Yeah,
what's
the South African dude?
Shiropa,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
He's in every South African movie
the
ever
guy,
made.
the guy from District 9.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Who
the
actually
guy.
is a South African actor. So I mean,
Yeah,
that
no,
helps, but-
he's excellent.
yeah, everything else.
There's only one South African actor that's better.
Well, I know one. I probably wouldn't agree though. Well, actress. Charlize Theron is from South Africa.
She used to be
she's
good.
terrible.
She used to be good.
Whatever.
Yeah, she had 2 movies where she was okay.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Anyway.
That's not true, but
Yeah. So this piece of crap was a rage, and it had Idris Elba in it. So I'm disappointed in him.
yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know if I would give it a rage, only because I had so much fun watching it with Murray. The experience was a mondo. The movie was a
It
rage.
was a total rage.
It made us beastly.
At any rate, by the way, the best actor in South Africa is one Mr. Gary Green,
Yes, of course.
better known as Fried,
Fried
Barry.
Barry.
I thought he
Exactly.
was from Australia.
Ryan
or New
Kruger, we
Zealand
love
or
you, buddy.
something.
If you're listening from South Africa. Here's a new short out, by the way,
Does he?
Okay then.
playing the festival circuit.
Oh, yeah.
I love me some Gary Green.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
I have so many rages this week, and now I have a new rage thanks to Bryce.
Okay.
That number one, there was a movie that we saw that took place in South Africa, and Gary Green was not in it.
That is kind of
That is
annoying.
kind of now my biggest rage.
Yes.
It wasn't my first rage, but it's now my greatest rage.
It's my greatest.
Is that, and why there wasn't a Ryan Kruger sighting as well.
There should be Ryan Kruger.
Should be in everything South African. So that's my first rage. My second rage is if you're going to make a movie that's exactly the same as the actual trailer, where you know literally everything that's going to happen, then just make it a short. Don't do a director's cut version of the trailer. Just do the trailer as a short and put that into a film festival, and I maybe would watch it. But I have to disagree with you. The trailer was also bad.
I didn't mind the trailer.
No, the trailer.
It was 90
the trailer.
seconds. It was good.
But the trailer was.
Yeah, but in the trailer you got the throat slashing thing, which was one of the better things.
Just
in the
put
movie.
in the throat slashing, and then I only needed to watch 7 seconds of the throat slash, because it was like as soon as that happened, you're kind of like, okay, this. You now told us this was a movie about vampires.
Why would they put that in the trailer?
Why did they put anything in the trailer?
That was like the only part that it would have been like, whoa, because it was kind of cool to build up to that, and then they slashed her throat, and it's like, oh, that's. But they put it like right in the trailer. It would have been like this shocking thing that happened, but it's like, oh, well, there it is. I've already seen that.
Even as you're watching the movie, you're like, I already know this is coming. They even showed the part where she has to marry him in the trailer. Yeah, it's like. There's no, like, by the time it
was a big moment in the movie.
The boring build of suspense that's supposed to shock us, we already knew from the trailer.
Yeah.
So the trailer was also bad. I'm sorry.
I liked some of the cinematography.
Yeah, okay. What? Okay. No.
Yeah.
Just no. So that's my rage. Just make a trailer. In fact, don't even make the trailer. Just don't make that movie.
And don't attempt to remake Dracula in any
form.
Yeah.
All right.
He's right.
I am right. You know I'm right.
When Murray's right, he's right.
I'm right. You know zombies, I know vampires.
That's true. I do know zombies.
I may be right. No, you may be right.
He may be right.
You may be right.
Crazy.
I may be crazy.
You are crazy.
But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for.
It's like karaoke night here.
That's right. Hail Satan.
So, my rage is also The Invitation.
What?
Oh, surprise, surprise.
It was pretty slick production. They put some money into it. Why would you waste your money on this piece of crap? They had to put millions and millions and millions of dollars into this to make garbage. You got all that money, make a good movie. That's my rage.
This is kind of like the worst rage you've ever made.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's big. Okay, I'm going to see what the budget is here.
Yeah.
Now, no, that can't be the right one. No, that's The Invitation from 2016.
That's a different invitation.
That is a different invitation. That movie was actually pretty good. And it was only $1 million for that movie.
Million. I would guess that this had to be upwards of 20.
No, it was 10 million US. So basically 20 million Canadian.
Oh, you know what? Pretty good. They made for $10 million. They made it look like a $20 million movie to me.
So you're changing your rage now?
No, still $10 million could have gone. And we could have made a much better movie.
Could have made 10 movies for that.
10 of the 2016 The Invitation.
There you go. Could have had The Invitation parts 2 through 11.
Exactly. Nice.
Yeah.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
At Cinema Recall, we want to present to you the finest in film analysis.
Yeah, like action and gore and sex.
We will look at classics by Kubrick, Lynch, Godard, De Palma, and Coppola.
I don't know who the that is, but I'm looking at classic bodies of Christina Hendricks, Keanu Reeves, Salma Hayek, Ryan Reynolds.
We are a serious show for film lovers who enjoy indie foreign films, art house gems, and classic black and white features.
Well, I enjoy big budget blockbusters with great action and sexy people. Maybe our podcast can celebrate all aspects of films, like people who feel like your weird way and like people who feel like my weird way can like get together, man.
They can?
Yeah.
Huh. You know, I like that.
Cinema Recall is available everywhere you find great podcasts. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram under Cinema Recall Podcast and on Twitter at cinema_recall.
Fucking love those guys. Okay, so we got actually quite a few on Bit of Packing in this lists episode, just so we know. So before we talk about Allison Janney versus Phillip Baker Hall, I kind of want to put forward, I'm playing my, I don't know what we're even calling it. We maybe should come up with a name for it. But when we have someone that isn't mesmerizing, can actually take out two mesmerizings. What do we call that? Like, we have to have it's like a stop card or it's like, look, we didn't think you were mesmerizing before, but after we've seen this, we know you're more mesmerizing than the two who were actually mesmerizing. So, I don't know. We got to come up with a name for it. I know it's not either one of your skills to think fast on your feet, so I'm looking at both your dead eyes and realize you won't come up with one. But I will come up with one, hopefully, by the end of this episode. But we have to have a name for it. It's like, I'm playing that card right now.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm talking about the fact that Bad Words, the movie, which is fantastic, by the way.
It is.
Yes.
It's
a total mondo for me.
It's a mondo.
And, you know, we had the discussion the other time where we talked about the fact that Rohan Chand was actually the best thing in it. But in seeing it a second time, he is good. But he does kind of laugh too much. So you know he can't act his way through some scenes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the reason he's laughing so much is because Jason Bateman is fucking killer in this movie.
Of course
He is brilliant in this movie.
But he's not on our list.
Thank you, Murray. So, I'm putting down the card. I don't know what it's called yet. Let's call it the Big Gulp card. I'm playing the Big Gulp card of mesmerizing.
Big Gulp card. That's
okay.
the dumbest thing I've ever
Okay,
heard.
so you come up with something better.
Copyrighted.
Oh. Well, no, it's copyrighted as a drink, not as a card.
Saying.
We could call it the slap card. Because both the mesmerized are going to now be slapped. Because they should have been better than Jason Bateman. That's it. Slap card. Done.
Sorry.
So I'm putting forward.
What are you saying?
So I'm putting forward, first off, Jason Bateman was better than both of them.
Okay.
Would you agree?
In this particular movie,
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
I would say yes.
Okay, so.
But does that.
So.
Okay.
Is Jason Bateman in everything else, including this, mesmerizing?
No.
I would say he is.
I would say I'm torn. So I'm like cut between. Because there's things...
I would be willing to give Jason Bateman one shot at getting on the mesmerized list by proving to me, but we got to find a movie that I find acceptable.
Murray's looking it up now. He's touching himself and his phone at the same time. He could not be more excited because Jason Bateman is one of Murray's man crushes.
He's not going to agree. It doesn't matter what.
No, he just agreed.
Okay, we're going back only last year. Thunder Force. Which I believe you guys raged about.
But it wasn't the worst movie we've ever seen.
I'm not watching Thunder Force. Who else was in it?
That was Melissa McCarthy and looks like...
He has to be mesmerized off.
He has to be a mesmerized off.
No, but you're saying you can't be on the list unless you have...
No. What he's saying is he's agreeing to it. So Jason Bateman, at this very moment, is currently mesmerizing.
Pick one like right now.
What's that?
As opposed to the one I already had planned.
Yeah, you're going to have to find out. Well, no. Okay, so
the one you got planned is fine. We're gonna put Jason Bateman on the shelf.
He's on the list.
That's the shelf right beside the mesmerized shelf, but it's not on the mesmerized shelf. And if at some point in the next few weeks, we watch a movie where Jason Bateman's with a couple other Mesmerized and he outshines them, then we will pick Jason Bateman up and we'll gently place him on the shelf of the Mesmerized.
That's right.
What does that mean for this week?
So it means
For this week,
it means-
whatever you want to give us,
Well, yes,
we're
but-
open to.
That's right, but
Well,
it
no,
also
I mean, the
means
movie
it
that we
also
just
means it also means Allison Janney
Yeah, they're gone.
and Phillip Baker Hall are both now off our Mesmerized list.
Yeah. Because if someone that
Isn't
isn't even
not
on our
mesmerized.
Mesmerized list,
Takes them off, they're gone.
Yeah.
They just got slapped. They got the
did.
slap card.
and that kills me because I love Phillip Baker Hall.
And I love Allison Janney.
And
Like,
we just lost him recently. I feel
I
like
know.
a jerk right now.
well, maybe we have to talk about whether or not his film list is actually Undoubted.
He's had a couple of stinkers over
In the last
little
8
bit.
films?
I think so, if memory serves
Do
me
we want to
correct.
do this now or later? Because we can do it. We can do it whenever we want. I mean, it's our podcast. We could really make this a 7-hour podcast. And actually,
Let's not
we
do
should-
that.
okay, do we still...
Yes, you go ahead. Pull up his list real
All
quick
right.
so we can...
What are we talking about?
I have a feeling.
We're talking about Phillip Baker Hall.
Because we're taking him off the Mesmerized list.
And so where is he going now?
We're just trying to decide if there's any chance that he possibly could be undoubted.
I looked through his movies. I didn't see much.
Okay, so he was his last movie, which was in 2017,
Yeah.
was the person. Oh no, sorry, The Last Word.
The Last Word.
I did not see it.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay. So then there's one called Person to Person, which I also did not see.
I also did not see. Okay. we
All
got
right,
two there.
and then the one before that, he had Playing It Cool.
Playing It Cool. How have I not seen anything?
Probably because they're going to be all rages.
They're not
Maybe
good.
not. And then the one before that is Bad Words, which is apparently Mondo.
So that was his last good movie,
Mondo.
basically.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah, those other ones. Then before that, he was in your Man Boner's movie Argo.
Which was a Mondo.
Yes, it was. Then he was in
Because it was directed by the greatest director in the history of cinema, as well as the greatest actor in the
David
history of cinema.
Cronenberg did not direct that film,
And
so
that
it's not
person's
it.
name is Mr. Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Then he was in the movie People Like Us, which to me was a Mondo.
There we go.
Then he was in.
Is that 7 or 6 back?
I think that's only 6. But
Okay.
then there's a turn for the worse.
Is it bad? Is it really
it's
bad?
really bad. It's Bending the Rules, which is
Just a second. Bending the rules. What was Bending the rules?
it's
I think I might have
it's a
liked
Jamie Kennedy movie. I don't think you liked it.
And
it.
then
Bending the rules. Jamie Kennedy. So Jamie Kennedy starred in it?
Yes.
Then it probably wasn't great.
That's what I'm telling you. It's a rage. Well,
I know I
Phillip
saw
Baker
it.
Hall, we love you. We will always love you.
not just Jamie Kennedy,
Yes.
Edge from WWE, also known as Adam Copeland, was also in it. There you go.
Yeah, it's Pack Full of Fun Kit number 7 is what that is.
That is a lot of talent.
So unfortunately, or maybe not fortunately, we still may go watch his films, but he's...
I will eventually.
Yes, of course you will. You've got nothing else in life to do, so I get it.
PBH, baby.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
Exactly. Okay, so we lost 2, we gained 1, so the list is going in the right direction.
Well, we didn't gain anything.
He's shelf.
He's on
He's
the shelf.
Murray's going to find his best role to make sure that we meet this.
Well, there's a lot of good roles he was in, but
That's right.
I don't.
Fine.
There's a lot of them that.
Well,
he has
it's
other
got to
Mesmerized
it's got to overlap with at least one other Mesmerized.
Okay,
Yeah,
well-
which
more
could
would be great.
Which could be
but-
the tough part.
The other thing we need to discuss
Yes.
is because both Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton are both mesmerizing.
Oh, they were in that together.
Yes, they are.
So that was mesmerized off
It was a mesmerize off.
because they both can't be.
That is
most
correct.
mesmerizing.
And if you remember what I said after the movie,
I don't remember anything.
you already know who I'm going to say. I think
I think that Tilda Swinton
No.
still outshone.
not
Yep.
in a million years.
She-
Idris Elba crushed her so badly.
No, he
Bryce
was-
has
he was
this
as- he
filter.
was as good
he has
as
a
he's
Tilda
ever been.
Swinton filter
But no,
that
it's
no,
Tilda
she was lukewarm.
She was
Tilda.
fantastic.
She was lukewarm.
Lukewarm Tilda still outshines everybody
no,
in the world.
not even on your life. I'm sorry.
I love Tilda Swinton.
And and I've seen her do bad accents. His accent was spot on. I wasn't annoyed by his accent once. Not once. On top of that, he also outacted her.
No.
So apparently we're not losing either of them. Even
nobody outwacks
her. Beast Murray. But
so good.
We have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, do we?
Yes, we do.
We've talked about a lot.
I know. This list is never ending.
All right, go ahead.
We are now talking about George Miller's last 8 films.
Okay, go for it. This is actually intriguing.
Yes. 3,000 Years of Longing
he doesn't
was
make
Mondo.
That many films. Does he?
Wait till you see what his 8 movies are.
Okay, so yes, Mondo.
Yes. Before that was Mad Max Fury Road, which was a Mondo. Murray, did you see it?
Yeah, I wouldn't give it a Mondo. It was okay.
Okay, so hold on.
Wow.
I'm surprised you guys thought it was a Mondo. It was pretty much all action, no talking.
It was spectacular.
But it was visually brilliant, and it was guitar playing murderous
it was
rage.
a 90-minute chase scene.
That's right.
It was so well done.
Which, if you said that, would definitely not be a Bryce movie.
That's the whole thing. That's one of those cases where
if it's done
very, very well, even if it's something that doesn't appeal to me, I can appreciate it. And man, that is a good movie.
Okay, so Babe, Pig in the City.
It was Mondo.
Really?
I also thought it was Mondo. Did you see it, Murray?
No.
It's so good.
So that's kind of lucky
James
for us.
Cromwell. Oh man, he's so good.
Because Murray hasn't seen Babe, Pig in the City,
and I'm not going to.
So that Murray's meh gets locked out by the Mondos that we gave it.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's Oil for me was a Mondo.
It was Mondo.
Never saw it.
Witches of Eastwick to me was a Mondo.
It was meh.
Uh
oh.
Are you sure? Do you want to watch it again?
Witches of Eastwick?
Yes.
I don't really want to watch it again.
This is Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
Yeah. And
I don't remember seeing it, but I'm pretty sure I would give it a Mondo.
Okay, if you think that
the reason I'm saying that is because
I saw Witches of Eastwick, and I've never watched it again when I was
12.
Yeah, I was probably like 15 or less.
Yeah, you might not have understand the humor. Because the movie after this is definitely a meh.
Maybe
it's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, it's very
mad. Those did he make?
Yes. Just wait, Murray.
Keep on going, because I'm willing to rewatch Witches of Eastwick.
Mad Max 2.
I can't imagine it's going to be
Mad Max 2, which is Road Warrior.
Which
is a Mondo.
It was a Mondo.
And then Mad Max the original, which was also Mondo.
It was meh.
Okay, so
it's
all up to you.
I will rewatch.
So he's made 8 movies in the last 30 years, and 5 of them were
Yeah.
Mad Max.
Yeah, pretty much.
3 of them were.
Yeah.
4 of them were Mad Max.
He's made a lot of
half of
TV, and he's done a lot of music videos, actually.
Okay, so at some point in the next 6 years, I will watch Witches of Eastwick. He can be on the shelf until I do that. You can remind me to watch it every now and then.
I'm putting him on as Undoubted until Bryce comes back and says,
"You can't put him on as a."
Well,
you gotta
perhaps you need to watch a double feature.
Put something in parentheses beside it.
Okay.
Bryce still has to watch Witches of Eastwick.
Well,
again.
or watch both Witches of Eastwick and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, because maybe Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome now to you is a Mondo after loving his other films.
It won't be.
But Tina Turner's in it.
We don't need another hero.
I swear
We don't need another way home. All I want is to be on the Thunderdome. It's like he takes his headphones off, like he can't hear us anymore.
You have to put your fingers in your ear.
I took the bosses, they're not in my ears.
You have to put your fingers in here if you don't want to hear us.
I almost did that too.
Okay, so this was the longest lists segment we've ever done. Yeah. Just so you know. But it was completely satisfying in all levels.
It was
2 weeks worth.
Yeah.
I get to watch Witches of Eastwick again. That's
and
all I got
or
out of
Mad
it.
Max
I
Beyond
might find it
Thunderdome.
too.
And I think
I enjoy Michelle and Jack.
I watched it literally, I want to say 2 months ago.
and
it was just as fun. And Cher.
Yeah, I
Got
know
Cher.
I know
It's got Cher. I'm flipping my hair right now.
Are you?
You do that.
Oh, baby.
You have very little hair to flip, Jim.
Last week on Rage or Dare, the great and powerful Casey, the nerdy photographer, that's me, dared Bryce and Jim to see the completely unnecessary 2015 remake of Point Break. This week, Jim will recall his experience in grave detail from when he pulled the 2006 film Date Movie from our listeners' dare bag. Before Jim goes on and on about his great find, first let's check in with the boys and find out if the best actor of our, or in fact any other generation, Keanu Reeves, was needed for this remake to be palatable, or perhaps CGI Patrick Swayze will make an appearance. Either way, I've been waiting with bated breath to know what joy, or hopefully sweet, sweet rage, the boys endured when seeing a movie I would have titled Pointless Break.
Fucking love Casey.
That's pithy.
At any rate, I think we need to clear up that there's only one greatest actor of mine or any
And
other
it is
generation,
Keanu
and
Reeves.
that would be Mr. Ben
No,
Affleck.
it is Keanu Reeves,
If you
just
can
like
have
Casey
Ben
said.
Affleck, I can have Ryan Reynolds. So there.
And
I don't
will
wanna
have Keanu Reeves.
either of them. I'm
And
telling
I will
you that
have
Ben Affleck
Keanu
is
Reeves.
Ben Affleck is the
Don't
best.
forget Nick Cage. You have two.
Nick Cage is I mean, I love Nick Cage, don't get me wrong, but he's not Keanu Reeves.
Casey summed it up though. Point Break, the remake, which it was pointless break. It did. Why did they call it Point Break? It wasn't Point Break. There was no connection at all. I literally watched Point Break afterwards, and I'm sitting there scratching my head going, this isn't even the same story, really. It has nothing to do with Point Break. It's so thinly... The strings that tie those two together is
The
like...
names, that was what did
That's
it.
it. And it's like, it makes no sense. You've got one... I was just absolutely dumbfounded watching that movie. And just so many stupid action sequences that didn't even serve any purpose. It was just a wall-to-wall crap. That was one of the worst movies I've seen in a long, long time. I don't get it. Why did they make it? And great, make it as this extreme sports, whatever it is. Let's cash in on the extreme sports craze and but don't call it Point Break, because it wasn't Point Break.
It was Pointless Break?
It was Pointless Break.
Well, let me tell you what I thought about it. And
It made me appreciate Patrick Swayze, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, kind of.
And it's not too often that I can say that.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, let me get this
by the way,
straight.
it was a rage.
Oh, yeah. Let me get this straight. They created an almost perfect movie with the perfect cast, including the perfect Keanu Reeves, aside from one small flaw, which we'll talk about later.
All right.
Then they decide, a couple of decades later, to remake it. Well, remake it is a strong word. Destroy the original by keeping the same character names and somewhat premise.
Somewhat.
Sort of. And then they Fast and Furious the motherfucking shit out of it. But worse, without any logic or police work, the Keanu replacement dude, who is even, like, he's not even a full FBI agent, figures out where the Patrick Swayze dude replacement next target is almost instantly. Plus, they never had a Gary Busey sighting, not even once.
Oh, man.
But
Best
hold on
part
a
of the
minute.
First one.
Was it just me, or did they try and make the police work so easy so that people watching this would actually understand the story? But wait, story?
What was the story?
Yeah, I don't think there was a story. But then again, there was not really a story. They basically left that story idea behind in the 80s on top of it. Did I mention that first scene of the movie sets the stage for what is obviously going to be the most physics-defying Fast and the Furious type movie ever created to date? Please note that when they did this reboot in 2015, Furious 7 also came out in cinemas at the very same time, which, to be honest, is where the physics in the franchise of Fast and the Furious entered a whole new era of physics-defying stupidness. Damn, I kind of now want to go back and watch Fast and the Furious 7
No.
to see which one would have caused Einstein's brain more damage. Fast and the Furious 7 or this rejunk of this movie? which made the original Point Blank endearing, is the care of the characters, and in particular Keanu Reeves on his journey. He wasn't very smart, and basically he was figuring it out as he went along. That was what made it so good. This one, they try and make the subpar Keanu replacement already a super agent when he starts his job, and like 7 years after he's killed his friend off a motorcycle mountain crash. I'm like, what the fuck? Like what? This was the same version of Keanu Reeves getting injured from football accident. Was he was mentally damaged because he killed his friend? What? But
yes.
We got phantasmagorical CGI surfing, acting, so amazing dialogue that's out of this world, just like the last Fast and the Furious, but also the most intense, completely believable romance subplot. And oh yeah, yacht parties. This movie was so much more than ever you could imagine them putting 24 years prior. Thank God they remade this, because without it, I would not have gotten to a new level of rage from a terrible, terrible action film. As you have already very clearly said, this is probably the worst action film that has ever been made on any level. How Keanu Light gets in with his crew magically, figures out their plan. Even the story itself is so watered down and basically non-existent. But all that being said, the scenery shots were amazing. And some of the action was pretty amazing. But then this film kind of goes in the big pile of movies that did not need to be remade. Yeah. Or as Jordan Peele so kindly said in his recent movie, nope. Or even better, as we say on Film Rage, rage.
Yeah.
This movie was so awful. It was
poop.
They just went from one scene to the next, where it was like, okay, what was even the scene for the girlfriend scene? Like in the first Point Break, because I did the exact same thing you did. I watched this terrible train wreck of a movie, but then I went back and watched
the original,
and I was like,
and man, Gary Busey's so
Gary
good.
Busey was so awesome in this, and seeing Keanu, it kind of was a really good character for Keanu, because he was kind of lost and he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And I mean, he is kind of a bit of a sporty type dude, so he was like, okay, it kind of fits. And even the relationship with the girl in the first one, it makes so much sense. Yep. She's such a big part of the movie. And in this other one, is just like, what? Okay, so as you get to the end of Point Break remake, you're kind of like, kill the girl. Who cares? Yeah. Right? It was like, you had no care for any character because they hadn't built anything.
No. It was bad.
It was poopy. That's,
super poopy.
Did you see this, Mur?
No.
Did you ever see it in cinemas or?
No. You mean the original or this one?
This one.
No.
Yeah, don't do it, Mur.
I wonder. There's nobody in it I want to see.
Do you know, who was that guy? Was it Warren Miller? Do you remember?
Yes, Warren Miller was the ski guy.
Yeah. Like, if they wanted to do a Warren Miller movie, why don't they just get Warren Miller to make a movie instead of this? Like, it really was just one stupid action scene after another.
Yep.
With some talking in between it.
Bad dialogue.
So, Casey, you completely delivered on this, like a super home run. Yeah. So, was it worse than The Life of David Gale?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why you are gonna rewatch. I don't know why you keep on beating that drum, Jim.
Yeah, I really want you to, because we need to talk more.
It is so unbelievable. It has the worst foreshadowing of any movie that just makes the entire thing pointless.
Yeah, but this movie was also pointless.
Yeah, it was trying to do something. I don't know what The Life of David Gale just was.
You think it's the worst?
It's the worst movie ever made.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I think you need to watch it again.
Maybe I will. I'm going to watch it this weekend.
Good.
So, next weekend, we'd already pulled for me to watch Date Movie.
Did we?
Yes. Oh. But we have somewhat of an announcement because Bryce and I cleared out our dare bags.
Okay.
And we refilled it. Yeah, Murray's is a bit of a surprise to Murray. Well, not necessarily cleared it out. We both have exactly the same number of films in it. And we have put in a secret exploding rage bomb in our bags, which could possibly be the worst movie ever made. Because we were on Shoot the Flick not that long ago.
Yes.
And we had to watch
High School Musical 2.
Yes. And so lucky for us, we found out through Frankie on Shoot the Flick that they actually put High School Musical 3 in cinemas.
They did.
So it now qualifies for our dare bags. And so we felt it was only fair that only one of us had to watch it. So
it's going to be in both our bags.
It's going to be
and when Jim pulls from my bag and gets it, I don't have to watch it.
That's right. Or when Bryce pulls it from my bag, I also won't have to watch it. And so we have made a challenge because Casey also gave us a dare bag. So for our Rage or Dare next week, we will have an actual plan for how quickly we can get to High School Musical 3. And what would make this even more exciting is if it became one of our Christmas presents. Now, wouldn't that just be timing?
Why don't we pull 3 more out?
Nope. No, because it's just going to be a randomizer. We may watch. It may end up being Murray's birthday present next year. It may be your birthday present this year. It could be Christmas. It could be my Halloween present. I don't know.
It doesn't matter to me because you're going to end up pulling it anyways. Whatever.
You forgot. I'm pretty lucky. You're on a downward spiral of bad luck.
I had 40
of the last 5 years.
45 years of good luck.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I've had more because I'm older than.
I don't know that you've had as much good luck.
I think. Think long and hard what you're saying right now.
Well,
whose luck is changing.
The last 2 years have not been great.
Exactly. So you're like I said. It's going to be you.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah, thank you. That is now your early birthday present.
Huh. All right.
And we will be having an updated YouTube video of our first Slap Club coming soon.
Slap Club.
Murray will be shooting his first directorial debut.
Yeah,
Slap Club.
Slap Club 2022.
I'm not in it.
Well, you can.
No.
You can put your boots on and we'll both put our cups on. You can kick us in the nuts. It could be the inaugural Slap Club welcome party.
Welcome to Slap Club. Here's a kick in the nuts.
So stay tuned next week, people. There's going to be lots we're unpacking next week because we don't have a shit ton of movies in the cinema.
Well, I have one more thing to unpack.
What?
Which we forgot about because
the
list was like an hour long.
That's true.
I did not give you the challenge for next week.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. What was it? What is it?
It is Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes, I like him.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I like him too.
The Master. Unless we've already put that.
Oh, The Master.
Which has got another undoubted person involved.
Yeah, but we're talking about mesmerizing.
I know.
That's true.
But P.T. Anderson is undoubted.
Yes.
True.
He is. All right.
Yes, there you go.
Murray,
Now I'm done.
I love you so much.
The Master.
Words never explain how much I love the Mur. Wow. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks, Extended Film Rage family, who you can find them in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, for the voice of our Rage or Dare and for this fantastic double dog dare that he gave us this week. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, whatever you do in life, please just make us rage. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.